YouTube, how's it freaking going? Welcome back to another video. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday, so I hope you guys have had a blessed week so far. Made it count. Won't lie to you guys, this morning I woke up very emotional, and also I'm going through quite a few different things. So obviously I have this ongoing problem emotionally, but now my car isn't working to the fullest capacity. It's got a bit of a leak. The music's not working. I don't know if the speakers are blown or whatnot. My PC is not working again. Same problem that I had before, which was literally 2 months ago, maybe 3 now. But, and also I should mention, I haven't been getting the amount of subscribers that I'm used to. But again, all of those things are reasons to keep on going, right? These are the question marks that I feel a lot of people experience on their journey of whether or not they truly want it. Because on any journey that you guys endure, fitness, physical, mentally, emotionally, whatever the case may be, you will have those hardships. And those hardships are designed to determine whether or not you truly want it. And also determine whether or not you are going to get it. Because if you can overcome hardships and still do the very things that you need to do, you are just taking these steps closer to achieving what you want. And not every day is going to be an easy step. You know, sometimes you are going to have those uphill fights. And I think this is one of those times, right? Because I won't lie to you guys. I have these mental thoughts of quitting. And I refer to that specific voice in your mind as the inner bitch. And I think everyone experiences that inner voice. And it's all about mitigating it and ignoring it and still doing what you need to do, right? And I won't lie. There are times where I have that inner voice. I do what I need to do and I feel better. But then there's times I have that inner voice. I do what I need to do and I still have that inner voice. And sometimes that's a problem. But that's what truly separates a winner from a loser. And you guys need to push through those hard times if you do want to achieve what you want. Because I genuinely do feel like all of this shit happening to me. I should also mention it snowed today. Now, I mean, obviously the weather shouldn't really affect you, but the sun does put a smile on my face, right? Majority of the time when it's warm and it's nice out, things don't affect me as much, right? And you should never really base how you're feeling off the weather and things that you can't control, right? Because I can't control the weather. But it does add to it, right? I have to go for a run in the snow, and of course, I have the luxury of shoes, which for most people they don't have. So I do find gratitude in that, which is why I always say practice gratitude. But generally, guys, the hardships you endure are kind of questions of whether or not you truly want it or not, right? And that's what I've been experiencing. And I truly do believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. If I push through all this, I'll just become a better person and everything will be elevated, right? And it's just taking it one step at a time. Sometimes you will feel clustered like myself with all this sort of shit happening to you. But the reality of it is there's one promise in this world, and that's you're going to die one day, right? And I say that and really have to preach that because it's true, right? We're all going to die. And if I just sit around and soak, be upset about shit, right? It's not going to do any justice, right? I'm going to die. I'm going to think about the fact that I did those things rather than the fact that those things happened and I didn't let it affect me. I still did what I needed to do. But I hope you guys find strength in that, and I hope you guys understand that, because at the end of the day, like I said, hardships are meant to are designed to ask yourself kind of whether or not you truly want it. And if you guys can overcome certain hardships, you can overcome anything, right? So remember that, guys. But without further ado, it's freaking gym time. All right, we're gonna work into our first exercise of the day, which is gonna be the overhead press. Now, I'm a big advocate of the overhead press because of the spine and stabilizer muscles being used on this particular exercise. But I do want to emphasize again, I'm not a big advocate of doing 1 rep maxes on this. I just think it's kind of counterintuitive. I'm more of a volume type guy, but I'm kind of that way with majority of exercises, right? Because 1 rep max doesn't really do much. I'm more of a time under tension type of guy. And if I am trying to go heavy, I'll aim for about 5 reps or so. So definitely something to keep in mind. However, if you are a power lifter or something like that, it's a whole different story. But I'm gonna be doing a plate, so 135 in total. Now, I do read the comments, and last time I did this exercise, someone was asking me why I was bringing it not super low. I think I was going about to my mouth level or maybe my nose level. And I feel like once I get past a certain point, there's too much strain on my shoulders. I like to kind of keep it more at a 90, like keep my elbows in line at a 90, perhaps a little deeper than that, more so just below the nose. And I feel like that's the most optimal for me. Anything more could injure myself. But again, everyone's different in that manner, but someone asked, so I might as well give you guys a little bit of my own advice. We're just gonna do this specific exercise for 5 sets. I think it's a good way to start off the workout for shoulders, do a little heavy movement, whether it's with dumbbells or the barbell, because I do want to do quite a lot of volume today and a lot of supersets, because when I do these supersets with the shoulders, like a lat raise to a front raise or something in that form, I feel like I'm exerting it the most and I'm feeling it the most, right? But as I said, wrist is sore, not as sore as it has been, so it's definitely getting better, but I always have to keep an eye out for that. Just like any injury, keep an eye out for it. Don't just fight through the pain. Utilize it and understand what you need to do to fix it, right? So I'm gonna use the wrist wrap, especially for this one, because it is hard on the wrist, but aim for about 10 reps. Let's get it. Three, 4, last one. That last rep was a freaking war, but I set out to do 8 reps, or say 10 reps. So I'm gonna do 10 reps. Like I said, 5 sets of this, which means we have 3 more. Let's get it done. All right, we finished our 5 sets of the overhead press there. I'm not gonna lie, on the last set, I was feeling some tension on my shoulder, so I had to cut it a little short there. Because as I've said before, when you start to feel pains, you should definitely listen to your body. It's not just happening, right? There's a cause for it. And I think it's just, you know, maybe a little bit too much strain on my right shoulder. I did notice sometimes I'd push up more with the left prior to the right. So it must have something to do with that. So definitely something I need to work on and focus on, especially when I'm doing my set. Because if that is the case, that's clearly a muscle imbalance. So I need to make sure that I'm pushing both evenly. And that's where dumbbells are good, because you can evenly distribute the weight on each hand versus that. I mean, sometimes your left is gonna take more than the right, and that's probably what ended up happening. But we're gonna work into our next exercise, which actually gonna be a superset. So I did tell you guys over there that I like to do the dumbbell superset with the, you know, lateral raise into a front raise and shit like that. Me personally, I like to do like 3 or 4 different exercises in one superset for shoulders. So I pick a lighter weight, of course. And I love exerting myself as much as I can through each set. Probably pick up heavier weights afterwards for some lat raises, because I do want to get some heavier lat raises in as well. But we're gonna start off with this. So I'm probably gonna do some side lateral raises, front raise, and then some upright rows. And we'll do all those simultaneously, probably 8 of each. Nah, we're gonna do 10 of each. If I have to take a pause in between, I will, but we're gonna do 10 of each of those non-stop, right? I have 20-pound dumbbells for this particular one, and I'm gonna do it throughout, making sure that I'm keeping up that intensity. And of course, because my shoulder is sore from that exercise earlier, I wanna make sure that if it does start to feel more fatigued, I'm keeping an eye on it and making sure I'm not injuring myself, because I don't wanna be out of the gym. But let's get this done. Upright row now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Wow. Whew. Definitely feeling it. I want to go over a long duration here, so I'll be doing 5 sets. And because I have no partners, I'm gonna be timing my rest. I would say probably about 30 seconds to 1 minute timed rest. Let's go with 1 minute. That way I can give myself adequate rest to get back into the next set and really crush it. But if you guys are working about by yourself, a little pointer for you, time your rest. A lot of people just walk around in circles when they're on their rest, which is counterintuitive, because it's another way to gauge progressive overload, right? But we're gonna get this shit done. 5 sets, 4 more to go. Let's get it. Finished off that superset. Definitely a good one to do, especially when you're timing your rest. You know, it'd be easy for me to just say to time your rest and not do it, but I was doing it. I promise you guys that. But definitely give it a try. Just in general, time your rest, especially if you're by yourself. Because at the end of the day, man, if you are by yourself, there's just another way to gauge your progressive overload, right? And a lot of people neglect that. Some people just sit around, and the reality of it is, it's also kind of an informative of whether or not you could do a certain weight. Because if you are doing a weight and you're inconsistent with your rests, some rest is 3, some rest is 5 minutes, you're not really able to maintain that way, right? And I was there at one point in time, you know, I picked up a super heavy weight, I was banged out for 10, and I'm like, yeah, I need to rest longer, that way I can come into this fresh. But the reality of it is, I mean, everyone's different, right? If you're strength training, then obviously you want to have a longer rest, but for my particular training style, which is more of a bodybuilder type-esque training, more actually bodybuilder, but also an endurance level, because I am timing my rest and I want to get like also a cardio session out of working out, right? Most of the time, if I'm not sweating, it's for me personally, everyone sweats differently, right? But if I'm not sweating, that's an indicator to me that I was resting too long in between sets, because time under tension results in burning more calories, right? So just remember that. But we're gonna work into our next set here. Now, I won't lie, guys, shoulder is sore, okay? The shoulder is sore. Had a prior injury a long time ago when I picked up 100-pound dumbbells and I was doing a shoulder press and this side came back a bit. It's actually one of my shorts. I think it might be one of the oldest shorts that I have on the channel. So if you guys could find it, check it out. 100-pound dumbbells, pretty impressive. I think I did it for 5 or whatnot, but that last rep, it rotated my shoulder back a bit. So injured it that particular day, but I don't know if it's quite that. It might just be because it's sore, because I am just hitting shoulders today, but it's a little odd because it's just my right one. So I definitely want to keep a keen eye for that. If I start to feel it again, I'm going to start to mitigate what I'm doing. But I'm going to do a little bit heavier lateral raise here, and then we're going to go into a deltoid dumbbell fly. So I don't know if I've shown that before, but I am a big fan of that, you know, a little variety element. And I'm not really trying to just do one set here, or sorry, one exercise. I'm trying to superset, especially because, like I said, I'm by myself. I want to get the most out of it that I can, especially because I don't have to wait around for people to do exercises. But probably gonna aim for about 8 reps with the heavier weight here. If I can do a bit more than 8, then I want to up the weight. But again, shoulder's sore, I don't want to injure it. If I do a super heavy weight, has that risk, of course. But we'll start off with 35, see how we feel. Let's get it. I'm not gonna lie, I might be able to increase that. I do want to stick at the 8 reps because I was feeling strain on my shoulder. I might just stick at that, even though I could probably do more. Well, I could do more reps, but I was starting to feel it on my shoulder. But right into the deltoid flies. Oh, I have the angle pretty low here, but I did 15 there, which means I have to increase the weight. But we're gonna get this done 3 sets. Let's do it. I really need to emphasize the importance of, if you can hit 12 reps during a set, to continue to 15, because I just crushed my first set here, which I'll go more in depth in a second. But I hit the 12 rep range and I was like, yeah, I could, you know, 12 reps, felt it a bit, nothing too substantial. Mentally knew I could do the additional 3, but I mean, that inner voice, that inner bitch inside of me was telling me, just drop the weight, pick up the other weight for the next set. But the reality of it is, every set needs to count, right? So I wanted to hit that 15 rep range on both of these exercises, especially because obviously I knew I could up the weight. But on the superset context, this is a highly anticipated superset that I have yet to try, and I'm very excited to try it because I've just recently learned about the Kelso shrugs. For you guys that don't know, typically I do it with the T-bar machine, and it's just about getting more so of the middle portion of the lats engaged as well, or sorry, traps, because you're having more of a, your bench, you're more like leaning over a bit, right? So you're using a barbell and you're kind of doing this sort of motion, which I'll display in a second here. But also doing just dumbbell shrugs. So having that nice little superset there, I want to really work the traps or to get them massive, because there's a guy who I seen at Martial Arts the other day, and his name's Tino, shout out Tino, had massive traps. I just thought it's such an aesthetic muscle to have, to be fair. It makes you look bigger, right? But it's also an indicator of some of the steroids. So, I mean, if you do have massive traps, you're always going to have those questions, even though you're natural. But I definitely want to incorporate more supersets of the traps, because it's not really something I do, actually. Drop sets, supersets of the traps. I don't really train it super hard. I do train it good because I hold it, right? Do it the right way. For you guys that don't know, 1, 2, 3, down. Okay, we don't go like this. Doesn't do fuck all. We do 1, 2, 3, and down. We control it. Contraction is the most important, in my opinion, for these sort of movements. And then, of course, you know, you don't want to bring it down super fast, but most of the time when you're holding it there for 3 seconds, it's going to be the result of it. But all around, definitely going to start encompassing supersets and drop sets and all that sort of shit on the traps, making sure that I'm hitting them really good. I want to leave the gym feeling like this. Can't even look over my shoulder, so you're gonna have to work hard on it. But again, it's all about like gauging your workouts, understanding what you're not doing correctly, and then just improving upon it, right? It's just a journey. Like anything, it takes small steps towards getting better and better and better. And in this case, I'm getting better at my workout, but almost at the end of the workout, everything I've done today, other than the side raise, the heavy, lateral raise, has been for 5 sets. So quite a lot of volume already. And as said, shoulders feeling sore, so need to mitigate how much usage I do on it, because I don't want to injure it. Last thing I want to do is have to take a break from shoulders, which I had to do before. And if you guys don't know, shoulders are my strong suit. Shoulders are my favorite muscle to work. But enough chit chat, let's get right in this. 12 reps of each. You know what? I got 3 more. Had to follow up with what I said initially there, but that means I have to up the weight. But we're gonna go right into Kelso shrugs. Yeah, I think that's a good way. First set I just did the straight bar, which, I mean, it was good, but I've definitely used the easy bar this set, and I definitely think the easy bar is more optimal just for the hand position and all that. And I feel like you're giving yourself a better way to get a contraction. So definitely give the easy bar a try. I guess it's subjective, but I don't like having my wrists kind of locked. Regardless, they're gonna be locked, but kind of like the grip of an easy bar a lot better. But 3 more sets of this. I'm gonna increase the weight on the dumbbells there. This weight I felt pretty comfortable with, especially after doing the dumbbells, but let's get it done. Workout is all done. Had to cut it a little short. Did have something in mind for the ending there, but your boy's shoulder's sore, and I always preach it, so why not practice what I preach? If you're feeling pain in a certain part of your body, you need to take a rest, right? And I'm not trying to not hit shoulders next week, so I am going to take a rest. I think part of it's because we hit chest yesterday, which also works your shoulder because of the push-ups. If you guys didn't see that, check out that video. That push-up ladder was fucking insane. If you guys don't implement that into your workouts, you guys are not doing yourself a justice. But the next 2 days, I think Shahir will probably end up coming, and we're going to be throwing in some of them ladder sets in there as well, which is very exciting because they do not. They suck. And typically the things that suck are going to make you better. But guys, I do really want to emphasize hardships are designed to ask yourself whether or not you truly want it, right? And that's the reality of it. Because fuck, if it's hard, it has value. And that's the reality of it. If it was easy, everyone would have it, wouldn't have any value. So you have to take pride in knowing that it's hard, and we have to overcome challenges to achieve what we want. So definitely take a sense of comfort in that knowledge, because at the end of the day, most people would quit, right? So just keep keep going, never stop, never look back. The only way of failing is giving up. And we ain't fucking losers out here. We aren't people that give up. At the end of the day, we do what we need to do regardless of how we're feeling. But I hope you guys have a blessed day. Do what you guys need to do. Hit that sub button if you're new. We're on route to hit 1,000 subscribers by April 1st. At the time of this recording, we're at 848. Shout out all you guys. Really appreciate all the support. Really appreciate it. All you guys are really goats. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Drop a comment down below what type of hardships you guys are going through. I mean, if you guys want to share, of course, some people like to keep it to themselves. But at the end of the day, we're all here to get better. And I'm always here for you guys. So if you guys ever feel like you have no one, just remember, your boy's here. Always feel free to message me. If you guys want to get more personal, you guys can hit up the IG, hit comment or hit a DM or whatnot. Always will respond to you guys. Always there to make you guys better. And likewise. So hit that post notification bell so you guys never miss a video. Guys, we're aiming for 6 videos a week. We are grinding. You know, the only way of ensuring failure is giving up, and we are not giving up. We are going to put in the steps required. But do something great today, guys, and find your impetus. Goodbye.